Well, thank you everyone for joining our webinar. Welcome. This is a joint webinar between Litmus and DigiCert. My name is Kevin Hilscher. But before I introduce myself, I'd like to introduce my friend Archana from Litmus. Archana, can you tell us about yourself and what you're doing at Litmus?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Kevin. Thanks for having me on this webinar. I'm Archana. I'm a senior product manager at Litmus. My primary focus is on various product development activities, and I'm focusing more on Litmus Edge Manager. And at Litmus is like leading industrial data provider trusted by industrial and manufacturing companies worldwide to unlock and activate the value of their industrial data and scale their industrial data operations across their entire organization. So this quarter and in the coming quarters, we are focusing more on the scalability of the product of Litmus Edge Manager, which would help in various deployments that our customers are facing.
Fantastic. Well, welcome. As I mentioned, my name is Kevin Hilscher. I'm a Senior Director of Product Management at DigiCert. I'm responsible for our IoT security products, which we coin Device Trust, or our portfolio of Device Trust products. And so I lead a group of product managers across several different products. Our flagship product at DigiCert around IoT security is a product called IoT Trust Manager, which has been in market for many, many years, and it performs certificate lifecycle management for IoT devices. We have many, many customers, millions and millions of devices under management, and we empower our customers to use X509 certificates as a more secure form of device identity and authentication versus, username passwords. And so it's really a certificate management platform that kind of removes the need for, industrial customers, consumer device builders, any type of IoT device builder or connected product company from using self-signed certs, for example. And IoT Trust Manager is becoming a new product called Device Trust Manager, which we are launching at the end of October. And Device Trust Manager fully includes IoT Trust Manager. So that's a little bit of an overview of where DigiCert plays in the IoT security space. And we're really excited to partner with Litmus because I think together our organization can really help increase, the level of security in industrial devices and in connected factory, connected operation situations. So I'm curious, Archana, tell us a little bit more about Litmus Edge and Litmus Edge Manager. What are the types of customers that you work with? What are the problems that you're solving for those customers?
Yeah, sure. So Litmus is focusing more on two products, Litmus Edge and Litmus Edge Manager. Litmus Edge is more on the Edge platform. It collects data from different industrial assets like PLC, CNC machines. Once the data is collected at the edge, it's in different formats. So you talk about like processing the data, and once we also come with a data analytics piece component in Litmus Edge. What it does is you can use for various analytics processing, and then once the data is processed, we have a component called Integratioon connector. It comes with various integration connectors for either cloud providers or also database connectivity. So this data that is collected on Litmus Edge can be sent to the third-party applications like Google PubSub, Azure, AWS, or databases like MySQL, MS SQL, and various various SQL database connections. And Litmus Edge Manager, it relies more on the IT of the data center where the customers deploy this, and it focuses mainly on the scalability. Suppose in a factory floor, you have 100 Litmus Edge deployed, and a single Litmus Edge Manager does the orchestration of different application, or if you have a software upgrades, manually going to various Litmus Edge individually and uploading them, the software update would be cumbersome. But using the Litmus Edge Manager, we are solving that that problem. Various central features have been deployed, and we are focusing on more scalability for Litmus Edge Manager. It does like software upgrades for multiple Litmus Edge, and if you have a Docker application, you can deploy it into various Litmus Edges within one single click. And central license management is also part of the Litmus Edge Manager. Along with that, we have added central certificate management, whereas if a certificate is expired, it can really cause issues to the planned deployments. It can cause outrages. So manual interventions, we are trying to reduce maximum manual interventions on all these certificate management through Litmus Edge Managers. Certificate management, we can deploy certificates, or it can issue certificates, and DigiCert being the integrated partner with Litmus, with a single click, users can now navigate on the Litmus Edge Manager. I can show that on the demo, and then it can issue certificates to various Litmus Edges from a single click in a central point.
So I know you've got some slides to show us and a demo we're looking forward to, but it sounds like the problem that we're coming together and solving is that customers traditionally have been using self-signed certificates, and these are unmanaged. They may have expiration dates in a year or two, and they may expire and nobody knows about it. Like, what happens when certificates begin to expire on Litmus Edge? Like, what happens to the data, and why are certificates important? Are they needed for like securing and trusting the data that's coming from these devices, industrial devices? Like, why is this important for customers to adopt?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I would like to address that. But before we get into this integration, I would like to share my screen. So, Kevin, I want to discuss with you the challenges in managing edge devices. So these are the four key points that I have here. Manual processing. So whenever the certificate need to be issued, right? Managing certificate for hundreds of thousands of devices is labor intensive and prone to human error. And it also comes with specialized security knowledge. Somebody has to know in the OT itself, like how the certificates are issued or how it is maintained, and if they have to also keep track of the expiry. Those are few of the challenges. And then in the third point, security of the expired certificate can cause access denial. So Litmus Edge by default, it comes with self-signed certificates, but if the certificate is expired, then it can cause outrage and you cannot access it.
Right.
So the fourth point is the scalability, managing global deployments. So I want to show you the example of LEM deployment. Let's take an example of a customer who's like in the automotive glass manufacturer. So they have their Edge Manager deployed on the data center in Europe, and they have various plant floors in various locations like Europe, North America, South America, and like you can see, managing Litmus Edge Manager for various features like software update, data model, or template deployment, data governance, and these kind of things are very cumbersome. And if you're thinking about scalability, we can use central certificate management as a main feature. By one click, user being here in the central location can issue the certificates to various Litmus Edges that are connected or activated with this Litmus Edge Manager. With integration with the DigiCert Device Trust Manager, DigiCert being the leading provider for device trust in the industry, we are giving our users this advantage of having the features like central management. So imagine how easy it is to be on one page and can manage hundreds or thousands of connected and activated Litmus Edge And we are also providing simplified user experience. So I can show you in the demo like how easy it is. Like if a user knows just 3 parameters, they don't even have to know everything about PKI or like certificate management. They can just configure their certificate integration with DigiCert. So the third point I want to mention is like the security without expertise, right? Like user don't have to know like exactly how these things work, or like they don't have to have this expertise in certificate management. Rather, they can have this account with DigiCert and get the parameters from Device Trust Manager and configure this in the Litmus Edge Manager integration page, and have the certificate authority as DigiCert as an option on Litmus Edge UI. So by a single click, users can deploy and issue certificates to various Litmus edges. We are also working on the automated certificate issuance. In the initial phases, we developed manual deployments of the certificates. Later on, we realized like how important it is like to minimize the manual interventions. So automated certificate issuance is also part of this feature. So before even the certificate is expiring, if the DigiCert is selected as the certificate authority on the UI, it issues the certificates before even it expires. We are also adding the bulk deploy certificate option. So, but single click, users can deploy multiple certificates, like multiple certificates to different, like imagine like hundreds or thousands of Litmus Edge from a single click. I will get into those demos later on. We are also providing a proactive alert and monitoring as a functionality. So if there is a certificate expiry, or if at all the user have not set up the like automated certificate issuance, then there is a mechanism where user get alerted and monitored even 10 days or 1 month before the expiry. So these are the key features that we are focusing with integration with DigiCert, and making it very easier for users to take advantage of these two products in their deployments.
This is fantastic. I love how you've really thought about the whole user experience and simplification. Certificate management is hard. You know, these certificates can be, you know, on satellites, on TVs, on industrial equipment, in your scenario with your customers. So I love how you've really focused on the automation and the simplification of it. And I look forward to seeing a demo. I think really the case in point is, you know, certificates, when they work great. But when they expire or you have no visibility in them, things go offline. You know, the classic example is the SpaceX outage a couple of years back, where a certain, you know, unmanaged, unknown, and it expired and it caused a widespread outage at SpaceX, right? So this is, you know, a classic example of where we need to bring certificate management to the forefront, but we need to simplify it and automate it. So these types of activities or actions can be fully automated and we don't run into issues. So you've got a demo for us. I look forward to seeing it. Can you show it to us?
So this is the interface of Litmus Edge Manager, admin console. So Litmus Edge Manager has two user UI. So one is user UI and the one is the admin console. We have added this integration as part of the main component tab called integration that you see here. Once the user logs in, they can click on the integration. The first page that you see is the Kafka, and these are the various integrations that are part of Litmus Edge Manager admin console. And you can click on the DigiCert. This is where we have added the integration tab for DigiCert IIoT Device Trust Manager. On the URL, you can see how simplified it is. Like there's only three fields a user need to input. There is the DigiCert Device Trust Manager demo URL, and then there is enrollment profile ID and the passcode. The passcode is generated when the user is creating the enrollment profile, and it is shown only one time, so users have to save that and use it. Then profile ID can be fetched from the Device Trust Manager UI. I'm going to share the screen for Device Trust Manager. Okay, so as a user, they need to have access to this, so you can have an account with the DigiCert DigiCert Device Trust Manager. And then from the switcher icon, you can click on the IoT Trust, and then it navigates you to the dashboard. It also comes with a comprehensive view of issued certificates that we have here. And when I click on the devices, we can have the enrollment profile, and this is where the user fetches the enrollment profile ID. So you can see the profile ID created for Litmus Edge Manager. And really thanks for you, Kevin, for setting up this demo and giving us access, which really helped us to develop this feature and ship this feature faster.
And if I can add, before you keep going, you've integrated through our REST APIs. We also support a number of other APIs, EST, SCEP, but correct me if I'm wrong, you're integrated through our RESTful interface. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. We have used the RESTful interface. And Litmus Edge Manager will be submitting the CSR, and that's the way we issue the certificates. And once this profile ID is fetched, it can be easily copied with a single click and then navigate back to Litmus Edge Manager admin console. And it can be copied and pasted here. We also provide a validate button. By clicking on this, it validates if the configuration parameters are correct or not. Once that is done, users can click save. That's all users have to do, right? For the integration, it's that easy. And then on the Litmus Edge Manager, on the domain tab, so this is like we are providing certificate issuance for Litmus Edge and also Litmus Edge Manager. On the Litmus Edge Manager, how a user can provide this certificate is by selecting Domain SSL, this tab, and then selecting DigiCert as the certificate authority here. So on Litmus Edge Manager, the feature of central certificate management is per company and per project. So user have to navigate to the company and the project. So this is how their project would look. And once they are in the project page, you can see the dashboard view. This is the default view that the user gets. And you can see how many devices are activated, how many devices are connected to this. So this is the main device about like the industrial assets that are being connected. So we can monitor those metrics here. From this, you can click on the certificate tab. This is the central certificate management tab. And we can see like how easily as an admin user or like an user who is responsible for the certificates, I can see all the edge devices that are connected to this Litmus Edges. And I can see their validity period, expiry dates, and who are the issuer. So this is one of the Litmus Edge that I have used to issue the certificate using the DigiCert integration. I also have options here. The three options that are available are issue a new certificate, upload a new certificate, reset to edge device, edge default. How a user can add a new certificate is clicking by this issue new certificate and simply selecting who is the certificate authority. So you can select DigiCert IoT Trust Manager and then click on this button, issue certificate. That would do the magic. So this is already done. That is why it's showing DigiCert IoT Trust Manager. And in here, you can see local and central. This notation is to indicate from where the certificate is issued. So if it is mentioned as local, that means it has been deployed directly from a Litmus Edge. And if it is central, that means it's deployed from the central certificate management feature. We are also covering extensive documentation, step-by-step guide of how a user can set up this integration with DigiCert Device Trust Manager, and also issue certificates to the connected Litmus Edges. So you can find that in docs.litmus.io. And this feature is part of our latest Litmus Edge Manager release. And if you need more information, you can reach out to our support team or our account executives, customer success teams.
Fantastic. So a couple takeaways I see there is customers that are interested in utilizing this feature can go to your docs page, read about how to enable this feature, how to go get a DigiCert account with Device Trust Manager, and to create an enrollment profile, set it up for REST, create that profile ID, the URL, the passcode. Then they'll take that information and put it into the Litmus Edge UI, and that's it. They're done.
Yep.
Sounds pretty simple.
Yep.
Again, for our viewers, IoT Trust Manager, which you've seen in the docs and in the UI, is now becoming Device Trust Manager. So if you're interested in understanding what's new and what's coming from DigiCert in the world of device trust, just go to digicert.com and look for Device Trust Manager. And IoT Trust is becoming a feature set within our new Device Trust Manager product, which we're excited to talk about in the future as well. Anything else that you, Archana, that you want to mention before we close? Kind of what's the call to action here for our customers?
So going forward, like I showed you how easy it is to scale, right? But we are also planning to enhance this feature for other certificates. We have OPC UA server certificates. So we are planning to integrate this feature and extend it to other components like OPC UA server, or managing various integration connector certificates. So that's where I see this product or this feature growing or enhancing in the future.
Fantastic. Well, we're so excited to jointly announce this partnership and this integration. And call to action for any of our viewers here is to go to Litmus, go to the doc site, look for this doc page that describes this new feature, walks you through how to set it up, how to get a DigiCert account. And we look forward to much more from our organizations as we collaborate closer together in the future. Thank you so much, Archana.
Thanks for having me, Kevin. Thank you.